kung fu.
Show me.
Hello everyone, Martial Arts Film Freak here, and I just need to have a word with someone real quick. Mr. McCoy, Simon, may I call you? Simon McCoy. We need to talk. So listen, Simon, I know you're really excited to be returning as the director of Mortal Kombat 2 back in action. I'm sure you had a lot of fun directing the first Mortal Kombat, and you know, a lot of us do appreciate the film. I say us, I should say a lot of people, because I'm maybe not one of them. I'm trying to be as nice as possible about this. I was not a fan of the first Mortal Kombat movie. I know a lot of other kung fu martial arts fanatics were not either. And I'm not trying to come off as if I'm attacking. I'm trying to come off with a conversation, because I just thought that I would make a suggestion. You may not watch this. You're definitely not going to watch this. I have nothing but, like, I don't know, 2,000 subscribers. That's nothing for you to pay attention to. But, you know, I just thought I would voice maybe a suggestion that a lot of the martial arts fans who were very excited for the first Mortal Kombat movie and were let down by the choices of the action sequences, just voice something that I think a lot of us have on our minds. So look, the first Mortal Kombat movie, a lot of people had fun with it, you know, and a lot of the people who had fun with it were the Mortal Kombat, like, fans, and that's good. That's who you need to appeal to. I get it. You appealed to the ones who wanted the blood and gore, who wanted the fatalities, and I understand that. I wanted the fatalities too. I just wanted something more. And I'm not talking about the story. You know, the story of Mortal Kombat, it's deep with lore. You know, just work with that lore. That's fine. I know you're going to get there. The first movie really didn't have the tournament in it. A lot of people didn't like that you didn't use the tournament. That's fine with me. You know, you're going to get there. I know. With the sequels, if you get more sequels, we're going to get to the tournament. We're going to get to more Outworld stuff. It's going to be a lot of Mortal Kombat that you can work with. So, whatever. No, my problem was how you worked the action in the film. There was good fight scenes, 2 good fight scenes. The fight scene at the beginning and the fight scene at the end. Now, when you do that, what you left us with was an exciting opening, and then for about an hour and a half, many of us martial arts fans were perplexed, bored, confused, and annoyed, until the ending, where there was another good fight scene. You can do better than that, right? The fight scene between Hiroyuki Sanada and Joe Taslim at the beginning of the first Mortal Kombat film, which you directed, you know that, don't know why I need to specify that for you, but I did. It was a good fight scene. It was a fantastic fight scene. It was a wonderful opener to a film, and if the movie would have kept up that pace, would have kept up that intensity, it would have been one of the best films of the year. And then you close it off with the Cole, Scorpion, and Sub-Zero fight. Joe Taslim, Hiroyuki Sanada again, and Louis Tan, a very talented martial artist. 3 extremely talented martial artists. People who we know from watching them in other films and television shows can really put on some solid action on screen. And you had other people. You had Ludi Lin, who, you know, not a whole lot of stuff he's done in movies or TV shows with martial arts, but he's good. He can do some stuff. He's especially very athletic, and he can work around. And then you have someone like Max Huang. Max Huang used to work for Jackie Chan's stunt team. He's got plenty of brilliant fight scenes on YouTube that people can find, and that's what they would flock to if they wanted a good Max Huang fight scene, because they simply weren't going to find it in Mortal Kombat. That's not a dig against Max. I love Max, and I would love to see him in anything. This makes me wonder who directed the opening of Mortal Kombat and who directed the final fight scene of Mortal Kombat. Because assuming you directed the whole film, it seems like you were on your A game on some days and not on your A game on others, which is fine, you know, but maybe bring it as much as you can. But my question, the reason I asked that question is, it really feels like those fight scenes, the beginning and the end, are so good that someone else had to direct them based on how the rest of the movie went. And that's fine, because what I'm suggesting here is you don't have to direct every scene in Mortal Kombat 2. I'm sure you know, you're a man in the industry, there are action directors. There are second unit directors, second unit crews who can handle different shooting days, different types of shooting days, and that is what I suggest for you, Mr. McQuoid. This has happened in some of the dopest action films in Hollywood, that the main director thought, you know what, I'm going to bring in somebody who is going to do a better job with this scene. And they do, and those scenes flourish. You have something like Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings, that brought in Joseph Lee, legendary martial arts stuntmen, Brad Allen, Andy Chang, to helm much of the martial arts action in Shang-Chi. Destin Daniel Cretton is a fantastic director, but I'm sure he trusted people with such expertise as them to craft something incredible, and they did. Also had Christopher Cowan. Christopher Cowan just felt like I needed to mention him, because he's great. Maybe bring him in for the second one. The Transporter films are just sort of your basic American Hollywood action film, but they're still remembered because the action scenes were not directed by the main director. They were directed by Corey Yuen. Corey Yuen, being a legendary Hong Kong stuntman and martial artist, knew how to craft incredible fight scenes for the Transporter series. The same thing with Unleashed. Unleashed was not directed by Yuen Wu-ping, but he was trusted to direct the action sequences, and the action sequences in Unleashed are violently breathtaking, which maybe is the perfect way to describe the entirety of Yuen Wu-ping's career. So maybe take a note from Louis Leterrier, who was the director of Unleashed and the Transporter, and for those scenes that maybe seem daunting, maybe seem like you could maybe do a pretty good job, but there's somebody who is going to just do a better job. And I don't mean that negatively towards you. It's just kind of the way it is. Take a note from Lewis. Bring in someone else. Let Corey Yuen, let Yuen Wu-ping do their job. Not them specifically. I think there are other people that could handle the style of a Mortal Kombat film extremely well. A few suggestions. Isaac Florentine. The man has been directing incredible violent martial arts films for the past, 15 years. Let him do it. Jesse V. Johnson. Have you seen Avengement? That movie is brutal. If you gave Jesse V. Johnson an action sequence to direct in Mortal Kombat, he would take the ball and run with it, and he would give you something incredible. And you, as the director, could be like, I directed this movie, and people would frickin' praise you for it. I mean, then you'd have to be honest and say that Jesse V. Johnson directed that scene, but, whatever. You got Tim Mann working alongside Scott Adkins all these years, choreographing incredible fight scenes. He would do some beautifully violent things with Mortal Kombat. You have Larnell Stovall. Larnell Stovall was the coordinator on Undisputed 3, and Undisputed 3's fight scenes are incredible. If you gave Larnell Stovall the violence of Mortal Kombat, it would be incredible. I don't think he should be a second unit director. I think he should be a director. But Gareth Evans, bring in Yayan Rui, and maybe if he can direct. I'm not sure if he can direct. But Gareth Evans, I don't think he should be a second unit director. Hell, Timo Tchajanto. Timo Tchajanto has pretty much already made a Mortal Kombat movie with Joe Taslim that was far more violent than Mortal Kombat, and it was one of the best films that year. In the Night Comes for Us. I'm not saying to step down. I'm not saying somebody else should direct this entire movie. I'm saying that you don't have to direct every single scene. Bring someone else for the action scenes. Bring someone else for those martial arts, those fight scenes that are maybe proving a bit too daunting, that you're not sure if you're gonna land, you're gonna nail them every single time. Bring in a experienced martial arts director, coordinator, choreographer like Tim Mann, like Stovall, like Jesse V. Johnson, Isaac Florentine, Gareth Evans, Timo Tchajanto, so many other people, Joseph Lee. Bring in Martial Club. You saw what Martial Club did with Everything Everywhere All at Once. Some of the best fight scenes of 2022. came from a silly little movie choreographed by YouTubers. YouTubers with a love of the game of martial arts cinema. If you brought in those guys to direct fight scenes in Mortal Kombat, they would provide you some of the best fight scenes of the year. And I'm smiling so much because that would be incredible for them. Just don't direct this whole movie. Bring in a second unit guy. Bring in, I'm sure you probably did for some of the stuff in Mortal Kombat. Bring in someone second unit. Bring in an action director. Because as talented a director as you are, there were some good things in Mortal Kombat that weren't just the beginning and the end, but it is obvious that the beginning and the end were just incredible moments in a lackluster film, and I have to believe that those incredible moments were directed by somebody else. Because you had action scenes, you had fight scenes that you could do in the middle of the movie, and you did not do them. So please, for the love of God, don't let me waste my money on another Mortal Kombat movie. Let me spend my money on a Mortal Kombat movie and enjoy myself. Be happy to have spent that $20 to go see a movie. While you're at it, one more piece of advice. Elaine Moussi or Scott Adkins for Johnny Cage. Please, for the love of God, don't cast Ryan Reynolds, Chris Pratt, or The Miz. Don't do it. Don't go Red and Katie Foreman from That 70s Show and think because I said don't, that means I want it. I don't want it at all. And if you do it, I think I just might not see Mortal Kombat 2. If Ryan Reynolds or Chris Pratt are cast as Johnny Cage, I don't think I'm going to watch it. So please, for the love of God, don't do that. To everyone else watching this, my odd video diary that I'm directing straight towards the director of Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat 2, Boogaloo Electric Shaolin Monks, Deception 11, 13, 12X, whatever this movie's going to be called. Thank you so much for watching this extremely strange video of me talking straight into the camera with total sincerity that I don't want a bad movie. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment your thoughts down below. What should Simon McCoy do? Because I don't know about you guys, but I was really looking forward to somebody else directing this movie. And knowing that Simon McCoy is returning is kind of a letdown, but it doesn't have to be. He can learn his lessons from the first one. Figure out what people didn't like, which pretty much was the action that wasn't fatalities. I talked to a lot of people at work who were just so excited to see fatalities, and they thought the movie was just incredible. And look, no one's really wrong about cinema, but they're wrong. So comment your thoughts down below. What should Simon McCoy do? What should he learn from? What should he do to make Mortal Kombat 2 good? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Head over to Facebook, where there is the Martial Arts Film Freak Facebook page, Instagram, Martial Arts Film Freak, Tristan_Glover on the Twitter, Martial Arts Film Freak on TikTok, where I'm making fun of bad internet lists. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.